Brewton, Alabama, with meteorologist Spinks Meganson. A severe weather update starts right now.
9:03 p.m. and we have a severe thunderstorm working its way to the southeast across our local area. Lots of lightning, incredibly loud thunder, and quite a bit of heavy rain with this storm, in addition to the potential for golf ball sized hail as this storm tracks to the southeast. Hope you're having a nice Wednesday evening. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson, joined alongside executive producer Landon Barentine. Storms are strongest right now in parts of Escambia County, Alabama, and the northern part of Escambia County, Florida. These thunderstorms are tracking to the southeast, and as they do, they are bringing copious amounts of rainfall to parts of our local area and extremely high amounts of lightning as well. Let's go ahead and get in there and talk about this because we are concerned about the potential for damaging straight line winds, specifically near Wabeek, Century, areas near Lake Stone, coming into Pollard and Pineview over the next few minutes. So this is not a tornado warning, but this is a severe thunderstorm capable of knocking down trees and potentially producing hail up to quarter size over the next few minutes as this continues to work its way to the southeast. A lot going on over the last several hours. Let's quickly show you what's happening across the entire region, because really this is the main event at this point in terms of storms that we have left across our local area. This came out of Mississippi and crossed the Mobile-Tensaw River Delta, and now this storm is right over Atmore and western Escambia County, Alabama at this point, pushing off to the southeast. Right now, we have this ongoing severe thunderstorm warning in place for parts of Escambia County, Alabama, Escambia County, Florida, and also Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and southern Covington County. Now, if you're in Northwest Florida, so far today, things have been fairly quiet, but just know things are about to get pretty rough, especially from Pace and Milton, points back off to the north. And as this storm moves to the southeast, conditions will worsen in places like Niceville, Crestview, Baker, and Destin as well. And so this storm does have a history of producing golf ball size hail and also knocking down a few trees back in Mississippi. Let's go ahead and get in there and talk about who's under the brunt of this right now. And again, we're not here because of a tornado warning. Normally when we come on the air, there is a tornado warning. Right now, there is no active tornado warning for any part of southwest Alabama or northwest Florida. But when I say the weather is bad in through here, it's quite bad. We could have trees toppled over, in addition to upwards of golf ball size hail coming into Flomaton and Century near the US Highway 31 corridor, perhaps out here near Bondurant, coming out here near Wabeek as well, near the railroad. Also there near the state line, near places there in Century, near the grocery store, back down to the intersection of Highway 4 and Whataburger. Torrential downpours of rain. No travel is advised in Flomaton or Century at this point, as the core of this storm is right over you right now. And it looks like the core of this extends down Highway 29, really down to Bluff Springs and McDavid as well. Again, damaging straight line winds are the concern with this. Landon, if you'll take me over to the radar scope source, we're going to switch and look at the velocity on this. Same geographic area, and we'll put out the probe and show you, look at that. 86 mile per hour wind gusts possible near Flomaton right now, and that's why we've decided to come on the air and cover this severe thunderstorm as it moves to the southeast, as we could have trees being knocked down left and right in parts of Escambia County, Alabama, and in the northern part of Escambia County, Florida as well. Where you see this lighter shade of yellow and this orange color, that's where winds are in excess of 70 and 80 miles per hour. Near Flomaton, near Century. This is going to come into Pollard, areas near Mosquito Flats, Jay, near the Escambia River over the next few minutes. So please be inside, be away from windows and doors, putting as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. Treat this as you would a tornado warning. And this also does include, this warning does include Brewton, East Brewton, Riverview. You're involved in this as well. It looks like the core of this may pass a bit to your south if you're in Brewton, but especially if you're near the Brewton Municipal Airport, Dixonville, or Riverview. You need to be inside, away from windows. You don't need to be on the road at this point. Let's go back over to LD1, please, sir. Say that again? Where's that? Oh, in Evergreen, yeah, and I would believe it. We have had hail reports across the region. Joined alongside executive producer Landon Barentine this evening. And as this storm continues to work its way to the southeast, we're going to continue to have the potential for large hail, damaging straight-line winds, and we're going to watch it because there could be some embedded rotation as this continues to move to the southeast. Again, no tornado warnings. I want to stress that vehemently. No tornado warnings as of 9:08 p.m., but this is a severe thunderstorm that could be knocking down trees in places like Flomaton, back down to Bluff Springs, coming into Santa Rosa County, near Jay, near Brownsdale, near New York. That's Chumuckla Highway 197 in western Santa Rosa County, under the gun from the brunt of this severe thunderstorm right now. What else are you seeing over there, Landon, in terms of comments? It's so helpful if you can tell us if you've got hail, if you've got power outages, if you've got damage. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll pass that along to our friends at the National Weather Service. Landon, what you seeing over there? Okay, yeah, and I would believe it. We've got power outages across the region from this earlier batch of storms that moved through. We'll put the map in motion. And again, it has been a long day. It's been a long week of storms, really, and we got more tomorrow. Probably not like this, not like the one moving across our region now, but we could have more in the way of severe weather as we get into Thursday and even on Friday, as our active weather patterns set to continue. Storms right now crossing into Santa Rosa County, Florida from the northwest. Again, no tornado warnings, but man, oh man, this is a terrible storm coming into Jay. And I say terrible, damaging straight line winds, upwards of 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts happening near Pollard, Jay, coming into Brownsdale right now on 197. This is Florida State Highway 4. This is US Highway 29. This is US Highway 31. Let's go up and show you Bruton. We are based right here in Bruton, Alabama. And again, it looks like the core of this will pass the greater Bruton area a bit to the south. Still going to have loud and proud thunder, very heavy rain, and lots of lightning over the next 10 to 20 minutes in the greater Bruton area. But again, it looks like the core damage path with this storm will be a bit to our south as it moves really into northwest Florida over the next few minutes. Now again, don't get me wrong, the weather is going to be terrible in Bruton, but I think the core damage path is going to be associated with this bowing feature on the leading edge of this storm. Let's go back over to the radar scope source, please, and we'll show you the velocity on this, because we're still tracking potentially 80 mile per hour wind gusts coming into Century right now. Now, this is a radar beam that's hitting the storm at about 4,000 feet above the surface of the earth. But in an environment like this, it doesn't take much to get that down to ground level. And so, again, we want everybody to be off the roads, be in a safe place, treat this as you would a tornado warning as this storm continues moving off, again, to the southeast at about 45 miles per hour. Let's go back over to LD1. This is really the big event at this point. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Weather Service allows this severe thunderstorm watch to expire at 10 o'clock at the top of the hour, but just know we may have more loud thunderstorms in the overnight hours. That is not out of the realm of possibilities as we continue to track storms back in Mississippi to our west. You can see we actually have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings up here near Jackson, the Jackson, Mississippi metro, and also up here near Greenville, Mississippi. These are going to move just like this toward our area in the overnight hours. By the way, I can tell you this, the level 4 risk is gone. The Storm Prediction Center has now changed this to a level 3 risk across our local area, and Landon, our system has decided to go a little haywire. So if you'll take me back over to the radar scope source, there we go. And we're looking at this storm in northwest Florida near Century and Jay that could be producing 70 mile per hour wind gusts, capable of toppling trees left and right in that part of the world. And again, this is moving off to the southeast at about 45 miles per hour. Also got incredible lightning right now near McDavid, also near Florida State Highway 97, which connects Molino back up to Atmore. If you're in Atmore, you're now done with the imminent severe weather risk. You're out of the polygon, the severe thunderstorm warning polygon for now. And the good news is the storm has now passed your area. Let's go back over to LD1 and we'll show you that on radar. Porch, Atmore, Huxford. You're in much better shape at this point. And while the overall risk is not going to be completely over, you're pretty much done for the next 6 hours, most likely at least, in this situation. But again, out ahead of this is what we're concerned about now. If you're in Okaloosa County, any part of Okaloosa County, Florida, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. And it's because of this storm back in Santa Rosa County now, pushing off to the southeast. Niceville, Fort Walton Beach, Ocean City, Wright, VPS, Eglin, also areas near Crestview and Baker. You're next in line to see this. This is going to come into Whiting Field, Munson, Rowville, Allentown, Whitfield, Berrydale over the next 5 to 10 minutes. And so if you're near those communities, again, we want you to be off the roads, away from windows, away from doors, putting as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. And if you're in a mobile home and you're in Okaloosa County, you've got time to get out and get to a site-built structure. Don't play with this thing. This could be producing 70 and 80 mile per hour wind gusts coming into Jay, coming into Brownsdale, New York, Chumuckla, areas near 5 Points and Pace. Also involved in this severe thunderstorm warning, valid until 10 o'clock. Milton, areas near Pea Ridge, Florida. Also 5 Points, Point Baker. You're next in line to see this as well, probably in about 10 minutes or so as this moves in from the northwest. Horrible weather right now at Jay and Cobbtown. You're in the core of it at this point. This is the core damage path from this storm, and we could see trees coming down. We could see large hail up to quarter size, maybe even golf ball size as this storm continues to move to the southeast. Again, I think the core of this passes to the south of Bruton. Still going to get quite a bit of heavy rain over the next few minutes. Let's look at inland counties quickly because we do have ongoing rain in parts of Clark, Wilcox, Monroe, Conecuh, and Covington counties, but all of that is below severe limits at this point. And so the only warning that we have is because of this cluster of thunderstorms that extends from Bruton back down to basically Molino on US Highway 29, pushing off to the southeast. Landon, any reports over the last few minutes? All right, that is a good thing. Again, if you have hail falling on your roof, let us know. If you have a power outage, let us know in the comments below. That is always immensely helpful, and we really appreciate that because that lets us know kind of what's happening as this storm comes through your specific neighborhood. Yeah, and I see that the Weather Service has just sent us a message that this is currently moving along an outflow boundary off to the southeast. What that means is that this is basically just going to continue trucking along to the southeast. And so as it does so, probably going to maintain this exact intensity as it comes into Okaloosa County in about 10 minutes. This is in northern Santa Rosa and Escambia counties, Escambia in Alabama, Santa Rosa in northwest Florida. Core of the storm is now coming into Berrydale, Fidelis, and Whitfield. This is Florida State Highway 87. This is Florida State Highway 4. This is 89 right here. And so your leading edge is really what we're concerned about, coming into Cobbtown and Berrydale over the next few minutes. So what we're going to do, because this is not a tornado warning, and our policy around here is anytime we have a tornado warning, we go live and stay live with you on Facebook Live and YouTube Live to bring you the very latest. But this is a severe thunderstorm warning, and so far I've not seen much in the way of damage reports over the last few minutes. Hopefully we'll keep it that way. But if we see that we start getting an influx of comments reporting damage and that sort of thing, we'll come back on Facebook Live to bring you the very latest. And of course, don't forget, when we're not live on Facebook, you can always go into the Red Zone Weather app and see our rolling updates. We've posted, goodness, I don't know, probably 200 updates in the Red Zone Weather app today. It has been a huge number because we've had so many warnings to the north of our area, and now we're seeing one final batch of storms this evening moving to the southeast across our area. So again, if we happen to have a tornado warning from this, we'll come back on Facebook Live, But because we don't, we're going to go back to covering this in the Red Zone Weather app. Let me know if you have specific questions in the comments below, and I'll try to get to those in a little bit. And don't forget, if we don't have severe weather coverage overnight in terms of tornado warnings, be sure to check with me in the morning at 7 a.m. for the next regularly scheduled forecast video. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday evening. On behalf of all of us at Red Zone Group LLC, I'm Spinks Megginson with Landon Barentine saying goodbye for now.
Be sure to find us across social media, and don't forget to download the free Red Zone Weather app and set up your customized alerts. Please support our Red Zone Weather sponsors who make our coverage possible every single day.